What's going on, A pluses, nerd mixers? It's your boy Indy Uchiha, and you saw from that thumbnail that we're finna get into Netflix's own Godzilla Singular Point. Um, this is a different Godzilla anime than what we saw on Netflix before. Way different. And in some ways that's good and that's bad. Um, if I want to sum this story up, I think the IGN tagline that they had, if I can remember what it was, the best. They did math. They did monster math. I have never seen so much science done ever, even in science animes, than I have saw in this particular anime. But for those who listened to the English dub, for fans of this particular uh review board or whatever page, well, or fans of A plus more phenomenal, people who've been around with A plus opinions knows that we have a huge Power Ranger influence. And yes, one of the main characters, Yoon, his American counterpart for the voice acting was the incredible Johnny Young Bosch, Vash the Stampede himself, my favorite Black Ranger. So big shots out to him for doing it. And to be totally honest with you, his voice made this a lot better. It really revolves around a company that to me is they're into like advanced AI tech. I think it's Akata. I can't pronounce it. Atakua or something like that. It's ran by a character, old man, old weird guy, Goro, who is building him and his company along with Yoon, Hibaro, and what's the other girl's freaking name? It was one more girl in there, Satami. They're building a robot called Jet Jaguar, and they're using Jet Jaguar to combat kaiju or what's going on. It's let me try my best to break down something that I truly don't understand myself. It's an incredible different type of spin when it comes to what we're used to with Godzilla. All right, there's always been a joke that Godzilla movies be better without the human element. But to be totally honest with you, without the human element, what is there for us to attach ourselves to and to relate to if it's just monsters running around destroying everything? One of the things that I didn't like about this particular anime is that there was so much destruction going on, but there were no human casualties. Like there were hardly any human casualties. There was nothing in it that made you feel like there was resident danger. You know what I'm saying, going on, except for the spider creatures, but I'm arachnophobic, so spider anything freaks me out. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's a weird spin on the mythos. There's a lot of metaphysics, math, a lot of talky talk, you know what I'm saying, to the point of exhaustion. But a lot of that at times can get covered up by the beautiful art, you know what I'm saying, it's taking place when they're talking. Like a majority of the entire anime is in that classic hand-drawn anime art style that we love. There's some CG and stuff done with the creatures, but even the way that they're presumed is almost like a painting or a tapestry with when they're on screen. It really pulls them forefront, you know what I'm saying, like they should be. But even with this 13 episodes, I think it was 13 episodes, I'm not sure, I lost count. It dragged, like the episodes are like 24 minutes, but I felt like each episode was dragging on for an hour with all the fake science and everything that was going on behind what was going on. And not saying that it was bad. Like the lore behind it is intriguing, but it was like this whole season, this whole first season was like a huge info dump. Like it was just process this, process that, process this, process that. It never even gave you a chance to breathe, to process new information that you were getting before they decided to dump new information on you. And I don't know if that's meant to happen that way to keep you confused about what's going on. But yo, there's time travel involved. It's red dust that's creating monsters, but at the same time, the red dust exists simultaneously in the future and the past. It's a lot. It's a lot. And if you thought the way that Marvel does time traveling is confusing, like they keep rewriting time traveling every new thing that they got coming out, this I wow. If you understand it, do me a favor and go in the comments and break this down for me, because maybe I'm just not smart enough to be able to watch this particular anime. It again, this particular way that they presented this interpretation of what they had of Godzilla does not work without human beings, because they're 90% of what goes on. Because it's really just them doing all this meta science in order to try to figure out how to defeat the kaiju. Um, like I said, Yun is he's like a tinkerer. He builds stuff and he works for the Ataki. He works for the company called Ataki, and they for some reason work with advanced AI, and they're building like this robot to protect the world called Jet Jaguar, right? The two main characters, Maya and Young, meet like really early on in the season and then don't really see each other for the rest of the season, but they're communicating uh constantly, trying to unravel what's going on from this mysterious like song or signal that sent like a whole flock of Rodan like rampaging through Japan and other places. You get smaller kaiju than what you're used to. They feel like they're uh you get normal size kaiju. You get like tank size armored dino beast. You get uh Rodan the size of, you know what I'm saying, like planes and different stuff like that. You really don't get anything really huge until you actually get the reveal of what's going on with Godzilla. Um there is a lot of scientific mumbo jumbo that goes on. Like I said, I really didn't feel connected to the humans, what was going on, because there really weren't any human casualties. It never felt like anything that happening was a threat, because you always felt like the science people were going to figure out a way out of it. And in all honesty, they did by in the end creating the Jaguar, almost like mech suit type thing. They ended up building their AI up to a level where they were able to put the AI inside of the Jet Jaguar mobile Gundam thingy, and basically this thing was able to become undefeatable. And they gave it like a spear that could cut through the kaiju and everything like that. I believe it was made from like the bone of a kaiju or something like that. But uh, it was just, I really feel like it was just a lot of over explaining and mumbo jumbo what went on with this. And then again, like I said, we didn't get Godzilla until close to the middle to the end. And even when we got him, he has to go through like he or she has to go through like a metamorphosis to get to the point of where we remember Godzilla being at. So it was rare occasions when you saw him rampaging and different things like that. And when it was every once in a while that you saw, you know what I'm saying? But when he got there and he started letting go the breath and everything that he was doing, I'm telling you that the one thing that I do get this anime over anything else is that the imagery, the artwork, the animation, whatever parts you want to look at was a friggin' one. A1. A1. You know what I'm saying? The reinvention of the Jet Jaguar, sitting there fighting against all like the smaller creatures, and it feeling like a video game. Like every time after each battle, you're getting new parts and you're putting new parts to make it, you know what I'm saying, make your robot better. That was cool, and that was a lot of what happened in this, you know what I'm saying. um it's a lot of taking on smaller threats, uh smaller threats that never feel like that. I wouldn't even call them threats. Um, I would call them problems, taking on smaller problems that never seem like they're a threat. And then by the time Godzilla got there, you feel like they figured out what they needed to do in order to handle the situation. So by the time they got there, they had the answer. So Godzilla really didn't even feel like it was a problem. You know what I'm saying? This anime spends way too much time contemplating theories about what's going on. Like at times, it feels like they're ghost hunting. You know what I'm saying? Then you feel like they're chasing aliens before you get into anything that's, you know what I'm saying, of real substance of what they go. Now, it feels like this was written off of like being inspired by like a RPG or something like that. That's why like this would make a better video game than an anime, but it's only season 1, and maybe they needed to dump all this information and stuff out uh before we get into the heavy of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like if you guys watch the new Ultraman on Netflix, and they did the opposite. It was too much action, not enough explanation for me in that series. So if we could find a happy medium somewhere, maybe that'd be good, man. But this spent entirely too much time arguing different type of theories. Not enough real urgency for me in certain situations when you're dealing with kaiju, you know what I'm saying, creatures. To them, it was almost like it was normal and it was supposed to be something that they had to deal with for the first time. Um, if you're a person who can keep up with the science and it makes sense to you somewhere while you're watching it, maybe you'll get a little bit more satisfaction out of what you see. But uh this felt to me like it was this felt like to me like it was a college student asked to write a story about Godzilla. That's what it felt like. Like this is some type of exposition or term paper that was being turned in, and then you never remember Godzilla. Like you make it about everything else but Godzilla. So I don't know what I don't know if they're getting a season 2. I don't know what season 2 holds, but Godzilla. This this is something that could have been called kaiju, and then we had a oh my god, there's a Godzilla moment. You know what I'm saying? But you called this Godzilla and really didn't even give us Godzilla. But I would if I got to rate this, to be totally honest with you, um this first season for me is a 4 out of 10 when it comes to anime. It's a 4 out of 10 for story, and like I said, it might just be because I didn't understand the scientific mumbo jumbo and stuff that was going on, even though that like it was mostly meta. There was nothing real, you know what I'm saying, about what they were talking about. Um, I think they tried to add a little bit too much into what was going on, especially with the maybe we get more into that. I didn't understand the whole thing about the dust existing in the past, present, and future all at the same time, and it's probably too because I was trying to binge watch this in order to get some type of views, you know what I'm saying, and opinions about this out all at one time. Maybe this is something that needs to be taken in a little bit slower, or for some people maybe binging is the way to go, but binging did not work for me. This feels like something that I need to watch a couple of episodes and do a breakdown episode per episode, and us learning something new together. So if they do get a second season, maybe that's something maybe that's the route we're taking back. We'll sit there, watch an episode, break it down, and review it episode by episode, and maybe that'll help, you know what I'm saying, rattle something loose in order to get a better interpretation on what's happening with this. 4 out of 10 as far as story goes for me. If you're talking about animation and how just beautiful and everything looked, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 on that, because man, it is if for anything you could just mute it and just watch the beautiful things happen on screen. It's that good, and it's got that old school style animation, but real clean lines. You know what I'm saying? Like it's super clean. All right. Let me know what y'all thought about Godzilla Singular Point Season 1 down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, man. And we'll be right back to you guys very soon with more. All right. Keep it A+. This has been a Nerd Mix. Indy out.
If you enjoy our content and want to be a part of helping our channel grow, become a patron supporter. We have affordable tiers to choose from that offer a variety of exclusive and early access content, from audio files for all of our shows for you to enjoy on the road, access to our Discord community, and plenty of reactions, reviews, character breakdowns, and more. Check us out at patreon.com/A+opinions. And as always, remember, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so anytime we drop a brand new video, you will be notified.